I never thought I wouldn't get married, but the truth is, I'm already 42 and I really can't find a husband. I didn't expect it to be this hard at 42, but the reality is, my social circle and my age make it really difficult. I also didn't expect that men don't want to date older single women, and I didn't expect that older single men themselves are not that great. They just look down on older single women. This vlogger said it's almost impossible for her to find a marriage partner. In the following conversation between a man and a woman, you can see how hard it is for single women in China to find someone.
Let's be straightforward. What are your conditions?
I'm 38 years old. I have a house and a car, and my monthly salary is around 5,000 yuan. What about you?
I don't have anything.
You don't have anything, and you still want to come to a matchmaking event with me?
Yes, exactly. Because I don't have anything. I came to find you. If I had everything, why would I come looking for you? You must be joking.
So why do you think I would be interested in you?
What kind of person are you looking for?
I want someone at least 175 centimeters tall, with a bachelor's degree or higher, a house, a car, and a stable job.
How old are you?
38.
You're 38? Given your conditions, do you think men would choose you? Think about it.
Why wouldn't they choose me?
Listen, everyone. Height of 175 centimeters, has a house and a car, bachelor's degree or higher? Why would they choose a 38-year-old over a 25-year-old? Why pick you?
Buy a dog, die alone.
To all my people in the West and other westernized countries, does this sound familiar? You know it's getting bad when China can't even be successful with matchmaking events because they've been doing this shit for years. Let's get into it. What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Rome back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So I got a video for you guys from the name of the channel, China Observer. I may or may not have reacted to a video on their channel before, but the reason why I wanted to cover it is because, you know, in America, we seem to be having this issue, or should I say women seem to be startled as to why men aren't attending these matchmaker and single events. And it looks like China is having the same problem. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
You.
Both men and women want a good partner when looking to marry, but the current fact is that there are many older single women in China. On the men's side, more than 20 million rural men remain unmarried bachelors. According to the 2023 China Statistical Yearbook released by the National Bureau of Statistics, by the end of 2022, there were 265 million single people in China. Among them, 106 million were single women, and 159 million were single men. Why are so many women single and find it hard to get a partner? Some say it's because when women were young, they always dream of a love story like in TV dramas. They imagine a Prince Charming or powerful CEO coming into their lives, but a tall CEO is very popular. You might not get a chance to meet with him, and if you do, he might not notice you. If you miss the opportunity, you end up being what's called a leftover woman. Every woman needs to be more realistic and down to earth. It's important to make a suitable and realistic match.
岁数大 只是大龄剩女身上最小的问题。
Age is the smallest problem among leftover women. Many women, when young, don't lack admirers, but when they are dating, they keep draining the man's patience. Eventually, all the men who are willing to truly commit leave. They're not left behind. They actively filter out all the men who could accept them.
This male vlogger thinks that age is not the main issue. There are 4 main reasons. First, when women start dating, they always talk about emotional value. They test men by acting difficult, giving cold shoulders, blocking, or threatening to break up just to see if he loves her enough.
Nope, stop right there. See, look, you already about to have me hot, man, and I never even been to China yet, which I'm thinking about going there next year to visit. Just visit, clearly. But come on now, see, this is that emotional manipulation, bro. Like, why do women do this shit? Why? Why do y'all sit over here? Men are catching on to this. Please stop doing this shit. This emotional manipulation. You want to know why I think women do this? Because they want to see if you like them more than they like you. I think that's why they do that. I really do. Stop doing this shit. Y'all shooting yourselves in the foot. In the moment a man catches on that you are doing that, he's gonna do exactly like that man just said, bro. He's gonna check out. Stop doing that shit, bro.
Men can tolerate some unreasonable behavior, but that makes for a very unstable relationship. Second, many women claim to be independent but are actually financial parasites. They say they want independence, but spend all their salary and even go into debt, while expecting men to pay for everything. They define independence as your money is my money, but my money is still my money. Men want to avoid that kind of double standard.
Yeah. You can't make this shit up, people. You cannot make this shit up.
I've been saying for the longest that right there is gonna be women's Achilles heel. The my money is my money, your money is our money. That right there alone, forget everything else. That alone is going to keep a lot of women single because men know that's a bad deal. We know that's a bad deal. Men are not going to be incentivized to take that deal. You're not getting anything out of it. But I got to admit, though, it's scary to hear this coming from China because for the longest, you never really looked at China as being westernized like a Australia, Europe, or America. But to hear that the women there are requiring this just like the women in America and in these other westernized countries, it just goes to show you, man, China ain't too far off. I'm like, y'all infrastructure might be a lot better, but it seems like y'all women got the same mindset as these other women, man. That's that's kind of scary. I'm not gonna hold you because I never thought Chinese women were really like that.
Third, women change the meaning of what they want. They say they want attitude, not money. But if a man really doesn't have a house or car, these women run away faster than anyone. This fake talk just makes men feel tricked. Fourth, women have unrealistic standards but blame all men for not being good enough. For example, they earn 5,000 yuan a month but want men who make 1 million a year. They have bad tempers but expect men to be endlessly tolerant. They never reflect on themselves and think that good men are blind. This wrong thinking only makes them stay single longer and longer.
Are you being serious right now? What's one of the things that I be telling you guys on this channel? Women seem to gauge men based on how much they can get from you and how much of what you will put up with them. And she basically just described that in those last 2 points. Not to mention the first point where she said they act a certain way and emotionally try to manipulate you to try to see if you like them more than they like you. You know what? Hey, I know TikTok is something else, and I know they claim that China programs their TikTok different from ours as far as the algorithm. But if y'all are not picking up, if the women are not picking up this mindset from these other Western countries, where in the hell are they picking this up from? Please. The only thing that makes sense to me is that they must be watching westernized content somehow, some way. Because this just sounds too much like what America is dealing with. Like, it's so similar, it's kind of eerie. Because again, bro, I did not expect this from Chinese women. At least that's not the way it's perceived from the outside looking in. But whew, man, dude, they literally going through the same thing we are, bro. I can't disagree with anything that she just said because all westernized men are going through that same shit. That's why you're seeing. Maybe that's why I'm starting to see so many Chinese men in Thailand. Starting to make a little bit more sense now.
Men don't dislike these women because of their age. Age can be forgiven, but no one wants to deal with a toxic personality. Last April, a matchmaking event in Hangzhou invited 1,000 people. Hundreds of women showed up, but only a handful of men came. The scene was very awkward. Some men left early when they saw how few men there were. In early December last year, a matchmaking event was held in a five-star hotel in Wuhan. About 800 well-dressed women attended, but not a single man showed up. Men could enter for free, but women had to pay 3,800 yuan each. In total, the women spent over 300,000 yuan, but no men came. It was a matchmaking event with no matches. Some say quality men don't need to go to matchmaking events because they can find partners easily. Men with poorer conditions don't go either because they know their situation. Women often want men to have a house, a car, and a bride price. If a man doesn't have those, why go matchmaking? It would only embarrass him. In big cities like Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen, there are many older women who are high quality. They have a good education, stable jobs, and decent looks. But because of their age, even if they lower their standards, it's still hard for them to find a partner. These are what's called leftover women. But China also has 20 million leftover rural men. High bride prices are one of the main reasons why many rural young men cannot find partners or hesitate to marry. Chinese media say, for example, that a survey in Liaoning province shows that bride prices for rural women have risen sharply. It's jumped from 68,000 yuan in 2016 to 176,000 yuan in 2020.
So I just wanted to do the math for y'all real quick because I just looked it up on my phone. The 68 was like 9,400 and something USD. 176,000 UN is 24,507. So you mean to tell me it damn near tripled in 4 years? I can only imagine what they want now in 2025.
The latest central government policy document for 2025 mentions plans to comprehensively manage the problem of high bride prices in rural areas. Actually, the leftover men phenomenon is closely linked to China's past one-child policy. Since family planning began in 1979, many families selected the gender of their child before birth, causing an imbalance in the gender ratio. But many young men and women don't even want to get married. In recent years, because of the economic slowdown and rising unemployment, many ordinary young people fear marriage. Even wealthier young people worry about the cost. The number of young people in China who choose not to marry or have children is growing. Data from the 2024 China Population and Employment Statistical Yearbook shows that almost 39% of 30-year-old men are unmarried, up about 20% from 2013. For 30-year-old women, the unmarried rate is 20%, up 10%. Among 25-year-olds, nearly 73% are unmarried. For 20-year-old men, the rate is 80%, and for 25-year-old women, 64%. On April 25th, China's Ministry of Civil Affairs released the latest data for the first quarter of 2025. It showed that 1.8 million couples registered their marriages, which is 159,000 fewer than in the first quarter of 2024. Divorce registrations reached 630,000 couples, up by 57,000 from the same period last year. For the whole year of 2024, the number of marriage registrations was over 6 million couples, down 1.5 million from 7.7 million in 2023. That's a 20% drop. Compared to the peak in 2013, when there were 13 million marriages, the number in 2024 is less than half. This is the lowest in 45 years.
不打算结婚. I don't plan to marry. I'm 20 this year. I think marriage means buying a house, buying a car, and having kids. Right now, I don't have much ability, and my family's situation isn't very good. If I buy a house and get married, I will definitely need a loan. Loans mean debt. I don't think it's necessary.
Actually, I don't want to get married either. I feel society's pressure is very high now, and I don't earn much. It's already hard to support myself, so how can I get married? Even though I'm a woman, I try to think from the man's perspective. From a man's view, the pressure is huge. He has to support his parents, get married, and have kids. He can't even support himself, let alone parents or children. Marriage means needing a car, a house, and a bride price. Ordinary people like us don't have the financial strength for that. In response, many parts of China have issued policies to encourage marriage and childbirth. For example, Hohhot City in Inner Mongolia greatly increased childbirth subsidies. Having a third child can get a 100,000 yuan subsidy. The city of Ningxia increased marriage leave from 10 to 13 days, maternity leave for 60 days, and parents of infants under 3 years old can get 10 days of parental leave. Starting January this year, Luoyang City in Shanxi Province offers a 1,500 yuan reward for couples where both first-time newlyweds, and the woman is 35 years old or younger. Many Chinese netizens feel these subsidies are too small compared to living costs, and only a drop in the bucket. From May 10th this year, the Chinese Communist Party's revised marriage registration regulation took effect. Marriage and divorce no longer require a household registration booklet. This is seen as a way to encourage young people to marry. A 28-year-old single worker named Xiao Qin told Radio Free Asia that marriage and childbirth subsidies across the country are just small favors. They don't solve the problem of young people being unable to start families due to high living costs. Xiao Qin said, "First, living costs are too high. In Beijing, earning 10,000 yuan a month is considered quite good, but for people from other places, with 10,000 yuan, you can't afford a house for many years. If you get married and have a child, the monthly cost of formula alone is a big expense." Xiao Qin said that living in China feels like being in a big prison. He and his friends are unhappy. They see no reason to have children. They don't want the next generation to suffer like they do. Besides economic pressure, living costs, bride price, and housing issues, there's another reason many young men in China don't want to marry. It's linked to a social cause, the Datong rape case in Shanxi Province. The case involved a couple who were engaged in Datong, Shanxi Province. After their engagement, they had sexual relations. Later, the woman changed her mind and reported the man for.
What the hell was that?
The man showed proof of bride price and engagement agreement, saying they had a marriage contract and the act was consensual. He also provided chat records and surveillance videos showing the woman did not show signs of distress afterward. But the court still convicted him of rape. The man appealed. On April 16th, the second trial was held publicly. The court upheld the verdict, sentencing the man, Mr. Xi, to 3 years in prison. Mr. Xi appealed immediately, but the second court upheld the original verdict. That day was the 712th day Mr. Xi had been in custody. Xi's mother, Ms. Zhang, told the media on April 15th that May 1st was supposed to be the start of a new chapter in her son's life. At the engagement banquet, they signed a promise that after 1 year of marriage, her son would add the woman's name to the property deed. But the day after they became intimate, the woman asked her to add her name early and then reported. According to Ms. Zheng, her son told her that they had disagreed about adding the name early. Emotions ran high, and they had an argument in the elevator. Worried about something bad happening, her son tried to hold the woman back. Ms. Zheng questioned, how can resistance afterward prove it wasn't consensual during? There's clearly not enough evidence. Ms. Zheng said that during the second trial on March 25th, they presented more than 40 pieces of evidence. They wanted the court to find the facts fairly and reasonably, and to accept their questions. They have insisted on the appeal and waited 2 years to see the truth uncovered and get a fair trial. Before the trial, the court offered probation, but Mr. Xi refused, insisting he was innocent.
Sounds a lot like that first reason why she was mentioning why men didn't want to get married. I didn't get what I want, so now I'm gonna threaten you with this so that way I can get what I want from you. This shit got me hot, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you, bro. To sit over here and make a false allegation like that, and then y'all gonna lock that man up, and y'all didn't even have any proof. Y'all pretty much just going off of her word. And for real, if anything, you can make the case that there was, based on what they're saying in this video, there was plenty of evidence to show that he was innocent. And then y'all gonna sit over here and try to offer probation. Bullshit. The fuck I look like taking probation? Y'all already done had me in custody for damn near 2 years. 700 and something days? That's almost 2 years. And then gonna try to sit over here and make me serve 3? Yeah, you got me fucked up. Cause see, I don't know how they system work. I don't know if they would have included the times he was in custody along with what they had already sentenced him to. Cause you know, that's kind of how it works in the States. But that's fucked up, man. Y'all come to an agreement that you have your name added to the lease, but then right after you had sex with him, you immediately trying to break that promise. Damn, bro, that's skep as hell, bro. Even the women are trying to run these little quick rich schemes and shit like the women in the West, bro. That shit crazy, man. It's just too similar, bro.
This case sparked heated discussion online. Many said, looks like a failed marriage scam and then a false claim. Others said, sue the woman for extortion. It's clearly a setup. Some asked, when will men's legal rights be protected? Does the woman have connections? Many expressed fear about marriage, saying no one dares to marry now. Courts convict men without solid evidence, protecting marriage scammers. Who would still want to get married?
4月16日被网友戏称为不婚节。
April 16th was jokingly called No Marriage Day online because the second trial in the Datong engagement case upheld the original verdict. Many people started mocking it, saying the robber didn't wear a mask, but a wedding dress instead. Though it's a joke, it shows how surprised people were by the result.
单系大同订婚抢奸，很简单一个破事儿。
The Shanxi Datong engagement case is a mess. It's a scam using engagement as a cover and marriage as a money-making tool, what they call a honey trap. Normal people don't do this. The women took the bride price, the engagement was set, and the ring was given. That means they were ready to live together. Who would send their fiancé to jail over something like this?
男的别说订婚了，就是现在结婚3。
Men don't even dare to share a bed now, even after 30 years of marriage, because they are afraid. If courts keep convicting men like this, it will open the floodgates. For people with bad intentions, this is a clear way to get rich fast. Just come and grab the money.
This vlogger said, the case has had a huge impact and everyone online is watching. Women fear bad men. Men fear honey traps. If a woman wants trouble, a slap can ruin a man's life and send him to prison for years. Then what's the point of marriage anymore? A man's life is tough enough without this. The marriage system may as well be scrapped. This case has dragged on for 2 years. Because the couple was engaged, had sex in the bridal house, and the bride price was paid, it kept stirring social debate and emotions. The controversy continued after the second trial. In law and public opinion, many say the evidence for is insufficient and criticize the courts for convicting when there's reasonable doubt. Some compare this case to the 2006 Nanjing Peng Yu case, saying such verdicts tear apart social trust. In 2006, Peng Yu helped an elderly woman who fell but then was sued. This led to people saying, who dares to do good deeds anymore? A WeChat article compared the Datong case to the Peng Yu case. It said that after the Peng Yu case, Good Samaritan dropped sharply. Similarly, after the engagement case, extreme self-protection strategies started to emerge, such as notarizing premarital sexual consent and refusing sex in marriage. This incident made Chinese men even less willing to marry. Life pressures already weighed heavily on marriage, and now the Datong case hit Chinese men hard again. Leftover women and men want to marry but can't find partners. Ordinary young men and women avoid marriage for various reasons. It looks like China's population crisis will get worse.
Yeah, that seems to be happening worldwide, and in my personal opinion, and this is just me with my conspiracy hat on, because if anybody been watching me long enough, y'all know how I am. I think it's all by design, because you can't sit over here and tell me that a case like that isn't going to have an impact, and then you're over here trying to incentivize people to get married by offering these special benefits that they'll get if they get married, and it's still not enough to incentivize men to want to get married. I'm telling you, bro. Ooh wee. I'm like, yeah. From what I can tell, it looks like China ain't as cracked up as you thought it was. I mean, it seems like it's a nice place to visit, but as far as like trying to find a wife there, this place wouldn't be on the top of my list, because it sounds like they're going through the exact same thing, damn near verbatim, that Western men are dealing with. Y'all let me know what you thought about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button, because it helps with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also, look out for the travel vlog channel as well as the live show channel. Both links are in the description. Until the next video, y'all, deuces.